Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Magnificent Monday to you. Pardon my appearance. I'm very handsome. Uh, let's get to it. Oh, just in case anybody has any questions, win, lose, draw, whatever, go Bears. It's always Bears. F your city, F your team if it ain't Chicago, and if it ain't the Bears. All right, that's it. I wanted to speak a little bit about um, like I gave a brief thing the other day, but I wanted to speak in depth, excuse me, about the production I just worked on. I broke her back. For me, and then you had to, you had to be there. It's one of those things, and it's funny because I'm a couple of years in acting. And I was like the veteran. Hey, Tanya, I was like the veteran on the crew. I was the veteran in the group, so I was able to add some insight and give some tips or whatever. But let me just start from the beginning. So I know Gabby Levine. I hope I didn't mess that up. Uh, I known her from working in the background for a couple of years now, and then and so I saw she started directing. She'd been directing stuff. I saw, oh, that's really cool. And so she had a thing for a couple of roles, and I said, man, let me just be frank. I'm not the biggest fan of theater. My first couple of play experiences weren't the best. Um, so I wasn't really like eager, but something changed the latter part of 2018 going 19. I said, I want to do some more of that. I want to sharpen skills in between a lot of the commercial stuff I've been fortunate to do. So I saw she had a couple roles. I said, hey, I think I like to do Carlos, the inmate. And so contrary to popular opinion, I had the audition. A lot of people think a lot of times roles are given to me, and a couple of times they have been, but that's only from the work I've done and people have been able to see. But I auditioned. So I just had to do a video audition, and I got it in, and she waited a couple of days and told me the role was mine. And another thing don't like about theater. Hey, Donna. Another thing I don't like about theater, I hate going to rehearsal. I hate. I'm like Allen Iverson. Practice? Are we talking about practice? I know it's necessary, but I don't like. Whew. Multiple times in a week, it's like, oh my God, no. Especially if it's not paying, it's like, oh my God. So, the first rehearsal I went to, we were out in. Hey, what up, Mike? We were out in not country, Lansing. We were out in Lansing, the library, and I walk in and I look at some of the cast, and they're a little bit younger than I am, a lot younger than I am, and I'm like, wow, okay. So it's a different energy, but they were eager, they were ready to go, they were bouncing around, and I was like, okay, cool. This is pretty cool. Like, this would be all right. Um, and the thing with any production, I don't care who does it or whatever. There's always some things you sometimes lose people in the cast. I don't know too many people who haven't cast a movie or cast a play where they haven't lost a couple people from the cast. Um, some people move on, drop out for whatever reason. It shifts, pushbacks, schedule. Something occurs. It occurs. You hope that it doesn't. It's cool when it doesn't, but it occurs. And so those things occurred and kept on moving. We made some switches here and there. Um, Sister's name is eluding me right now, but she played two roles. I bet you a lot of people didn't even know that. I didn't even recognize her because I've seen her in real life. I didn't even recognize her when she played the grandmother at the funeral, and then she played the psychiatrist at the end, the prison psychiatrist. She played both roles. And sis, I'm sorry that your name eludes me right now. I know she's gonna be mad. She's getting mad at me real easy, but she played both roles, and I bet you no one really noticed that she did that because she switched up so well. I was like, whoa, and she did. And that's just indicative of what we had in this production. This is what we had going on. It bears noting, as you know, I'm black, African American, however you wanted to note it. This entire production was the same. The writer, Larry, black. The director, Gabby, black. The actresses, all black. The crew, myself, and oh, come on, Jim. Why are you forgetting names? Stacy, black. Everybody was black in the production, And this production didn't take place, and this is not to besmirch any other place, it took place at Stage 773. At the same time we had a production going on, It's a Wonderful Life was going on. They had something else going on. They got all these different plays, and it's predominantly not, it's a non-black, it's a not black theater. Let's just keep it 100. It's not. And we had an all-black production that sold out there. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. From what I understand, this was Larry's first script. It was actually, could have been a movie. It will be a movie soon. We're going to be working on that. But this is his first script. It was Gabby's first time directing a play. And I don't know if y'all understand what that means for someone to come out brand new and who's been dancing, who's been an actress, and then she directs a play. It's successful by all counts. Reviews and commercially, a successful play. You had some actors, actresses. This is their first time up. I don't know if this was Brian's first role, but he hasn't done a lot of them. And if it is his first role, he carried the production through, singing and rapping. I mean, singing and poetry and acting and being all over the place and switching clothes. I mean, you got to understand there wasn't an actual crew. So it was myself and Stacey. I volunteered, like, hey, let me help. I'll help out with that. And then other people, other performers, they jumped in and were moving chairs and moving stuff and all that type of stuff. This was a team effort. And again, I want to stress this. Was it perfect? No. We're going to sit down soon and make adjustments before we come out with the next thing. But hey, Gabby, before we come out with the next thing. But the thing is, with all of that, it was money. I showed y'all the video where it was packed. There wasn't an empty seat. They had an overflow. There was an overflow. They had to send people up some different places to watch the play. Think about that now. I want you to just understand that. The only promotion we did was like Facebook and Instagram, and we had flyers and stuff like that we were handing out. People came out. People were questioning why the ticket prices weren't higher. They were dub, and that was reasonable because we weren't trying to break your pockets for it. Well, we wanted to support, and you showed out. Thank y'all for coming out and supporting and buying tickets and stuff and talking about it. But let me go back. You have to understand that putting on a production is not easy. It's not easy. The journey from writing to right before that curtain's open for the first show, sometimes it's arduous. Sometimes it's emotional. People butt heads and all types of stuff. And this is in any production. It happens. I don't care who does it or what, or who the actors are or what. It happens. And it happened. But the team came together. The team came together and encouraged and pushed, cajoled, patted on the back. Great job. You heard a lot of that. Great job. You were wonderful. You did great. You did great. Great job. Hey, slapping. I made it my business to stay backstage and give people high fives and slap hands and encouragement because some people need to hear that. Some people, some performers came off stage like, hey, how'd the crowd react to me? Because they were excited. They wanted to know. And we had the crowd from the onset. Brian came right on out from the onset and took them. So that bears noting that for a production to come off as well as it did, for some of these performers, their first time ever taking a stage, having to learn lines and such like that, and to come off as well as it did, I mean, it bears noting. And I want to say this one more time. This was an all African-American black production. I mean, even the light skins, I couldn't help it. But no, in all seriousness. And we did this up north. Larry got us in stage 773. So, first of all, Larry, Gabby, thank you for letting me be a part of this. Thank you for letting me do my thing. Let me freestyle a bit. Thank you for being loose with me because y'all know I had other stuff. And let me come to practice a little later. Well, thank you for working with me. I want to say to both of you, this ain't the last thing. And I look forward to working with y'all going further. To any of my castmates, it's a pleasure watching y'all. like I said, I've been in plays and I've been like, I couldn't wait till the rehearsal was over. I couldn't wait till production was over. I couldn't, because I really couldn't stand the people I was in the production with. Y'all know me, I'm pretty honest, so I couldn't really. But this was a joy to be around. This was a joy to watch us eating chicken and having beverages and kicking and laughing and dancing and singing and all that type of stuff. It was really a joy to watch and be a part of it with y'all and see, because I grew as an actor and as a man in this project. I grew because like I always say, you can shine without being in front. When the team wins, and you're part of a sold out show, nobody can say. Could we have done a little better moving stuff on and off the thing? Heck yeah. But we did. We moved the stuff. Productions usually have a whole nother crew to do that. That wasn't this production, so we wanted to make sure we do what we could do to help. And that's what you do on a team. That's what you do to make it win. That's what you do. You don't point fingers unless I'm at yourself. You don't make any excuses. You just go and get the shit done. Did I miss anybody? I want to shout out to Larry's wife. I don't know sister's name, but I want to shout out to his wife, because if there's anything that is indicative of a woman showing support, a wife showing support to her husband, I saw that with them. I saw the conversations. I saw, I was privy to a few things, and it was just really awesome. And he was able to write this, and she knew some things. So that was a beautiful thing to watch in the midst of all that. Just so everybody knows, we're not done. We got more shows coming, and as I said, we're making it into a movie. But I just wanted to give my insight. We were talking in this group text, and I hate group texts and group messages. I really do, really do. But I was in on this because you could see in the group text, you could see some things. You could see people wanting to give it their thing. You could, the energy. The best way I could put this up is this. You ever went to somebody's birthday and the person is really well liked and the people genuinely like this person, so they come and they bring gifts and they're bringing treats and they're celebrating and they're loud and all that. That's what this was like. Watching everybody get together, that's what this was like, and it was amazing. It was just amazing. I had to leave, and I know people probably think I'm a little standoffish, and anybody knows me knows that's not true. My emotions got the best of me at the end because I watched everybody bring. I had a few moments with Gabby backstage, and like I said, something like this can get a little frustrating, and because I know her and we've got rapport. There are a couple of people I was able to have rapport with, and I was able to say, hey, no, we got this. Let's finish. Let's hang in there. We got this shit. And for people to listen, because they didn't have to listen. They could just say, oh, shut up. They listened. And that meant what I had to say meant something. And I was glad of that. And I can't wait to do it again. So, all right, that's my takes on. Be ready when we announce the next show. Be ready when we drop the movie. If you know one of these performers, if you know Gabby, you know Larry, shout them out, man. They put together a hell of a thing. These people put together a hell of a thing. You were there, you know. If you're there, make sure you write a review somewhere. Make sure you give your review on it. Tell people about it, so when it comes down again, we sell out the entire weekend. You know what I mean? We do that because that's coming. But we wanted to give it one run to see, hey, we wanted to test the waters and see how it went. And it went really well, so we're going to do it again. So, all right. Peace and blessings. Jim out.